Hello. It is a Friday evening and I'm at Martin's Fork Lake, which is about 10 miles from Harlan, Kentucky. And this location is about a mile north of Virginia, almost smack dab thus on the Kentucky-Virginia line, and way eastern Kentucky, about as east in Kentucky as you can get, and as south too. I'm looking at a pavilion now and slowly scanning to take a look at the lake and beautiful clouds. And there may not be a soul here today right now, and I've been here half a day and have only seen a few people the whole time. I just happen to be noticing now some mushrooms on the ground very close to me here, and I'm going to just scan a little closer here and see what this camera will pick up. Very interesting. And now I'm getting close to the shoreline, and in fact the sun is no longer to be seen because it's behind these hills that I'm looking at right now. So I suppose I'm going to actually have to be skedaddling from the park here pretty soon, if there's a curfew time. Now I'm going to go past this gate here and take a short walk before the sun goes down completely. This is the first time I've been to this lake, this park, and there's an associated wildlife management area too. Martin's Fork Wildlife Management Area that I know nothing of yet. Here's another view of the lake a few minutes later. And I do see a boater out there now. There may be one, possibly two people in the boat, and it looks like they're standing up. Now I'm rounding the bend a few feet later here on this dirt road I entered on. Very beautiful. There's still a little light left. Probably 20 minutes, 30 minutes, so I'm going to do a little bit more exploring here. This camera seems to brighten up the view much more than what I'm actually seeing as I walk. Shouldn't be too much longer and it's going to be dark. And here's yet another view with some facilities. And there in the background is a pavilion to have a picnic. Shade under rain, all conditions. So here again, some pleasant surroundings for a single person, couple, group, family. And last but not least, here's a fire ring and some logs, big ones. But Friday evening, and there was one car here a few minutes ago and they took off. It's about 7:30 p.m. and I noticed two boats on the water. And that's it. And this is about as far as she goes, I see here, for me to explore on this end here, because there's quite a little drop right in front of me, and I don't know that this leads to much here. Oh well, beautiful view anyway. Too bad I hadn't set upon this a few hours earlier. Beautiful out here. Once again, isn't this inviting? My. And free, of course. If you find yourself getting over to this neck of the woods, it's probably 3 hours east of Lexington, Kentucky, say, and oh gosh, probably 4 hours from Louisville. So I'm going to head back toward where I started 10 minutes ago. The sun will be setting before too long. But we can see here this beautiful little winding road, not very long as I've explored it so far, but my. And very desolate out here. But modern day motor machinery does impinge. I can hear car and motorcycle noises here and there. Time to let those plastic earplugs impinge upon us too then, if necessary, huh? One modern impingement counteracting another one, like pills meant to help, and then pills to counter side effects of pills. How interesting. And I wanted to capture something on the opposite side here. There's supposed to be a beach, and here it is, a small beach. I hadn't explored earlier today. I'm going to check this out here. I think I read earlier that this lake is supposed to have a depth of 45 feet. But anyway, a little beach. We'll see in a second here. And I notice in the background some geese. Okay, so I am technically on the beach, and as I'm looking, I can see this is bona fide sand. It's not really deep and kind of compacted, but it's sand. Hooray! We're not on the East Coast or the West Coast. And probably to wrap it up, I noticed some geese about 10 feet from me. Or mallard ducks, perhaps. And one last look at the lake here. Martin's Fork Lake. And yes, the sun is behind the hills here. And I think we're actually about 1,200 feet up in elevation above sea level. One last gander here, and I wanted to capture the railroad I can hear in the background. Yes, we are very far from a whole lot, but there is the railroad, cars and motorcycles, ubiquitous.